What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, the one and only Maxi here, and I am of course back for more of yet again for the likes of the Maxi Toys videos. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of Super Mario 3D All-Stars for the Nintendo Switch, while playing through Super Mario 64, originally on the Nintendo 64, also been released on the Wii Virtual Console, and the Wii U Virtual Console, and of course the Switch Online membership services. So, yeah, that seems a lot of ports to this game right now, so yeah, because I already mentioned about this several times already in the past. So, yeah, last time, as you can see, we've managed able to got about 14 Power Stars by, well, almost to the point where we've almost completed Bob-omb Factory, but regardless, we've already 100% everything on Womp's Fortress, and of course that we actually got ourselves, so far, 3 Power Stars in Jolly Roger Bay. So today for this video is the fact that we're also able to continue things on in Jolly Roger Bay by able to collect, what else, even more Power Stars, and eventually we'll move on to the next world. So yeah, let's hop right into mission number 4, Red Coins on the Ship Afloat. So this means that in addition to trying to tackle 3D forms of the red coin mission, we're also going to be able to do the 100 coin Power Star mission. So since then we've already done one from the likes of the second world already, so we figure I'm also able to do this for the sake of the second time. So yeah, to be expected by this point. And plus it has been a, you know what I mean, a very long time since we actually did manage to done the 100 coin Power Star missions ever since in our Let's Play of Super Mario 64 DS. Oh, and another thing is worth noting there was another massive criticism with this particular collection all by itself, that some people keep on saying about the fact that they were expecting to also include Super Mario 64 DS, and especially noticeable with Super Mario 3D Land, but it might not be possible because those two games are handheld exclusive. So as a result though, yeah, it's definitely not possible. But luckily the entire collection does manage to only have, well, quite a few patches and updates. Well, to be more specifically, they added something new for, let's just say, for both Super Mario Sunshine and Super Mario 64, except Super Mario Galaxy, because, well, I'm sure that the actual Joy-Con controllers plays out pretty much exactly like you playing the game with the Wii Remote and Nunchuck back in the day. But of course now that was on a Nintendo Switch, that means you have to deal with the forms of even new types of controls. So, but again, we'll point it out whenever we get into Super Mario Galaxy / Super Luigi Galaxy again, so hopefully we're able to actually just try to tackle for those two playthroughs, but in a much more clear quality for 1080p and all that stuff, as well as from that, a nicer commentary, I suppose. But either way though, that might be besides the point. So yeah, today's day is of course the 5th of January today, in this case in 2022 today. So you know how the fact that recently that, you know that Sonic, he's managed to already working on another new Let's Play. Well, technically we've already done a Let's Play back in, also in 2017 or something like that. That's what appears to be by the forms of yesterday, that he's working on Sonic Colors Ultimate for the PlayStation 4. So as a result though, that he was really looking forward to actually just to get into the actual second playthrough for the likes of Sonic Colors again. So, but this time around though, in a much more a gorgeous 1080p support, along with, well, not so much on my capture footage for running 60 frames per second, sadly, for the actual gameplay footage and stuff like that. Oh, and keep that in mind is the fact that for that particular recording session on Sonic Colors Ultimate, by the way, that was recorded before the patch exists. So, just want to classify for that, whatever, when, I believe Sonic was actually in a hurry back in the day. Like, I think he did manage to accidentally record those footage from the likes of Sonic Colors Ultimate for the sake of November last year, because he was able to actually get a lot of edited stuff to do until before we know on to 2022. So just in case you can actually clearly tell what there's some problems with the forms of Sonic Colors Ultimate when it first launched, until specifically later on throughout the majority of the month. So that might actually beg the question for the sake of time. So But yeah, regardless of everything else though, is the fact that it's kind of funny, is the fact that, or it's actually kind of awesome for the sake of the start of the year, that not only do we able to tackle through Mario Party 7, that I'm sure that Ray the Flying Squirrel, he's still working on that, even though he's already done one board so far for the sake of, well, Grand Canal from Mario Party 7. And specifically until this weekend is the fact that he will do the second board, known as Begonia Peak. So that should be fun, all things considered. So but I digress. And also another thing as well about the fact of the matter is though is that until tomorrow anyway, for those of you who lived in the UK, that Boom Street, aka Fortune Street in the UK. Well, generally Fortune Street in the USA, well, technically that game has already been out for 10 years in Japan and North America, but during the forms of the UK, that Boom Street will become a decade old, for specifically the 6th of January in, well, throughout the majority of the year, because, jeez, it's been 10 years ago since when that game came out in the UK from the likes of 6th of January in 2012. Mind you, I didn't get the game on day one though, mainly because I wasn't expecting if I was going to be able to get the game at first. Mainly because back in the day, I usually save up for the likes of, well, some upcoming titles here and there, such as for instance with, you know, Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 Olympic Games on the 3DS, and also, what else came out in 2012? Oh, and there was also from the likes of some retro games here and there that I managed able to consider getting, like Sonic the Hedgehog 1 for the Mega Drive cartridge version of the game, and also say applies to Toy Story for the Mega Drive / Sega Genesis, and also, you know, Disney Pixar's Toy Story 2 on the PlayStation 1, and of course Tarzan on the PlayStation 1, even though sadly I didn't have the game anymore, which is kind of a shame, because unfortunately though my game usually got scratches, so oh well, I need to get another copy at some point soon, so but not now anyway though, because I'm still gonna save up for some well, some other games in the future, which I'll discuss more now in a second. Mission number 5, Blast to the Stone Pillar. And it's a good thing that we've already activated the forms of the Bob-on Buddy cannon, so just in case we can able to actually go ahead and blast ourselves to the Stone Pillar, which basically that allows me to able to actually just to go ahead and shoot ourselves from here. And that way we would be able to actually get ourselves into, if you get yourselves a good jump angle there, and you get the star no problem. So, huzzah! So yeah, nicely done for that stage. And of course that we will be back onto this stage until for later, because we still need able to get ourselves a familiar power-up if you managed able to decide to do some more objectives later on. So for now on, we'll move on to the next world, which does require 3 power stars to able to unlock this door. And this will pretty much lead us to, oh look at that, a familiar recognizable world, which is Cool Mountain. So the first mission we have is Slip Sliding Away. So basically, although technically we were originally going to be able to try to do with the actual the slide course, obstacle course earlier on for the sake of the Peach's Castle segment, but again, like I mentioned this before, I'm going to do something completely different when it comes to the actual specific routes I can take, unlike the forms of how it does it back in the original version of the game that I believe Mickey Mouse did already tackle for that game, that back in 2016 of course, that basically we always attempt to do whatever missions we like to go for, so just in case we're able to have some different variety when it comes to the forms of everything else really, so yeah, this mission is pretty easy, assuming if you're able to actually use the shortcuts, as you can see on screen, and I already did manage to pull off a nice little shortcut right away. Although, whenever you get into the third mission, you can't able to actually use the shortcuts because obviously the mission does not count as clear. So, something to keep that in mind for those of you who've ever seen the actual, you know, the actual Super Mario 64 game before. So, yeah, there's not much else to say about this really. So far we've got about 18 power stars, which is pretty good, all things considered. Mission 2, Penguin Lost. I think that's what the mission is called anyway. Although, keep that in mind, I haven't exactly known about the forms of several mission names for certain amount of time, unlike Super Mario Sunshine and Super Mario Galaxy, that sometimes that reading those mission names is pretty easy to understand or something like that. Well, I have no words to say, so... Anyway, so just like before, we need to get onto the top of the actual Cool Mountain while trying to pick up the lost penguin baby, or the baby penguin. And once again, we need to take him all the way down to their mother. So either way though, as soon as you're able to find the correct one, which is at the very top of the level, don't count the ones in the forms of the one that's on the rooftop, because if you accidentally picked one from the rooftop that you probably did not see it, that's basically that it will not count as success. So there we go, pretty easy when you get the hang of it. So at least thankfully we don't need to take control of Yoshi just trying to able to accidentally eat him. So Big Penguin Race in mission number 3. So basically it's basically the same mission as mission 1, except we need to deal with a race against with this penguin fella to able to go for the challenge for the task. So, but again, like I mentioned this before, don't use the shortcut, because obviously if you dare use the shortcut, then the star will not pop up until you're able to do it normally. So yeah, to be expected. So anyways, with the forms of other games I keep on about, when it comes to forms of trying to save up for something, for obvious reasons, is that obviously I'm going to save up for, you know what I mean, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Sonic Frontiers, as well as, well, you know what I mean with the forms of other games. I've already mentioned about this already, which I don't think I can able to repeat that again, but, all actually gonna think about it is the fact that it's so specifically on the likes of, well, we're classified for saying until the 17th of, January or something like that. It will be 5 years since when the Nintendo Switch presentation, 2017 presentation just managed to pop up ever since 5 years ago almost. Oh god, 69. The dirty number for my coin count. But anyways, mission 4, Frosty Slide for 8 red coins. And since this is the red coin mission, I'm also going to be tackling through the 100 coin Power Star mission. So, of course, I always attempt to able to go into this little sliding segment first before we get on to the rest of the stuff, because obviously getting those coins is actually super easy and such. Well, most of the time anyway, but and obviously that it does not actually just to go for well, unfortunately though, much like the original version of the game, the actual the 100 coin Power Star mission requirements does not contain any checkpoints at all. So because of that though, it's kind of a bummer if you ever think about it, especially noticeable likely for something like well, yeah, it's hard to tell honestly. So either way though, let's just go ahead and be very careful not to mess this up. And despite the fact that I missed 1 coin, but that's okay, because there'll be more as soon as we get into the outside portion of Cool Mountain, and also there might be a blue coin switch somewhere. So yeah, that should be a worth knowing to capitalize and such. So, but yeah, there's not much else I can talk about, because obviously that well, again, as I mentioned this before, I know it seems kind of redundant to able to do, you know, the actual Let's Play of Super Mario 3D All-Stars, but I decided able to include that. Well, despite that most people don't usually do compilation games for Let's Plays departments, I totally understand why, mainly because of about the fact that, well, it's hard to tell what the actual description is all about. So, and I've almost gonna slide off from that icy slide thingy right there, but regardless of such, thankfully at least we got 10 coins to go, or 9 coins left, I have to point things out. Whoa! Oh, phew. Oh my god. Oh. Okay, whatever. At least I did miss some coins right there, but that's okay, because we have to take another route to take. I would like to talk to that Bob-omb buddy, but I think I should probably save him up until whenever we move on to the next few missions ahead. So, because I really refuse to able to actually lose some of my progressioning for, you know what I mean, with the 100 coin Power Star mission. So, some people are not a big fan of the forms of the 100 coin Power Star missions, because it feels a bit, well, not only with the painful process for able to actually just to, you know what I mean, grab them or obtain them, but also in certain levels, like for instance in course 6 or course number 8 or later on though, it gets even ridiculous with the difficulty when it comes to 100 coin Power Star missions. So, although it's not so bad in the beginning, but until later on though, it gets outrageously difficult, so, which is probably understandable. Although, unlike Super Mario Sunshine, that in this game in particular, you can choose whatever episodes as you want to go to, whilst in Super Mario Sunshine, you have to choose a specific episode in order to able to actually just to, well, try to accept to deal with the forms of, well, the 100 coin Shine Sprite, so, which it kind of feels like a, slightly bit backwards in comparison to the forms of you can do whatever you wanted to in 64, so, well, along with Super Mario 64 DS as well, which, that totally seems the case, so... Anyways, let's just, do that, and, since that we've only got about, I don't know about this, but, as a result, that thankfully we've already got the 100 coin Power Star, so either way though, all it needs now is just basically, we need to find... I will classify that I think we've only got about one more, red coin left, which I think, if I recall correctly, is going to be somewhere around this bit. Well, not so much on a sliding bit, but I'm going to have to be able to jump over there, and then, yeah, there it is, just right over there, so... There we go. Not too shabby, but it's just the fact that you have to rely on ice physics sometimes, and assuming if you don't accidentally slip off, so... There we go, so at least we managed able to succeed, so let's just long jump here, and there we go. Nicely done. I suppose one thing I should probably mention about this as well, that since this is also about the fact that, well, I'll get to more now in a second, because so far I've got 22 Power Stars so far, so that should be pretty alright. Mission 5, Snowman's lost his head, so... Basically, we need to guide the actual snowman's body all the way to snowman's head. So, yeah, pretty standard stuff. So, but here's the thing though, is the fact that we need to rely on that specific angle when it comes to likely, like, well, you know what I mean, whenever we get to the actual snowman's head itself. So, either way though, we'll just get out to be very cautious and be very careful not to mess this up. So, yeah, this bit right there. That if I somehow accidentally just go in here, then obviously, yeah, it will just... How the hell did it hit me? Okay, whatever. So, since I failed that miserably, so I think I should probably... What the hell? How come there's a, like, invisible wall doing here? Anyway, rather than just trying to do with that mission, I'm gonna do a different mission. Like, for instance, I'll just talk to Bum Buddy, and just trying to activate the cannon, so that way we can able to blast off into underneath the level almost, so that way we can able to do a different mission, so... But you know, you get the idea about the actual side of things, I suppose. Oh yeah, something's worth mentioning is the fact that you notice about the fact that something about with the forms of Mario's voice has been slightly higher tone compared to the forms of how it does it on the rest of the versions of the game. Like I mentioned before, this is based off from the Shindu, the Japanese version of Super Mario 64 Shindu edition, released in 1997, which, you know, features the Rumble feature and stuff like that. But also, they did manage to able to, for what I've heard, they did manage to able to fix a lot of, like, issues back in the forms of in the original 1996 original release in Japan. Like, for instance, graphical fixes, and also, well, with the actual backwards long jump trick, whenever you try to do a lot of speed runs in this game. Unfortunately though, in the Shindu edition, that you can no longer try to do a backwards long jump trick if you try to make your way to the final portion of the game if you're doing the 16-star run. So yeah, it's kind of a bummer. Anyway, Wall Kicks Will Work is the name of the mission on mission number 6. So, yeah, let's just head back in here for... I want to say this is the final time trying to get back into this this world, because once we're done with that mission, then we can probably move on to the next world. So, hopefully we'll try and do this successfully this time around, so hopefully without any mess-ups or anything else to be more specific. So, So yeah, every time whenever you decide able to do a regular jump or the double jump for Mario, basically his voice clips is actually a slightly higher tone compared to the forms of how it does it on, or higher pitched or something like that compared to the standard pitch from the likes of any other versions of the game, including the original Japanese 1996 original version. Like usually it just goes like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whilst in the forms of the Shindo edition, it just goes like, oh, whoa! And that's pretty much about it. Even though the triple jump voice clip is pretty much exactly the same pitch, so yeah, that's something you need to classify that. So there we go, we've managed to 100% everything in Cool Mountain, and yeah, we've pretty much done 2 worlds so far completely. So yeah, I think we should probably move on to the next world, which we're going to be heading over to the backyard for the sake of the forms of, Peach's Castle right here. So, hopefully we would be able to actually just, ground pound that boo, so that way we can enter the next new world, which is Big Boo's Hunt. So, yeah, mission number 1, go on a ghost hunt. So yeah, time to able to actually just to kill certain ghosts, or specifically boos in this case, so anyway though, and I suppose that's as far as I can usually try to mention about the forms of some significant differences between, you know, the original release of the game, specifically Super Mario 64, than the likes of the Japanese Shindo edition. So, although there was that one particular massive difference, which I'll discuss more about it until, well, not this Friday though, because I think that I get the strong sense of feeling that Mighty and Ray, the Flying Squirrel, are working on something for this Friday. So, hopefully until specifically on next Monday, then I would be able to actually mention about that one last differences between, you know, the rest of the versions of Super Mario 64, along with the forms of the Shindo edition. So, although relatively speaking is the fact that on the Switch Online Membership Services version of Super Mario 64, I'm pretty sure it's pretty much exactly like, you know, with the forms of the Nintendo Wii Virtual Console re-release on, the original version or something. That's, except the fact that with the actual font numbers is a bit messed up from the likes of, well, it's not so bad on the forms of the PAL version because it seems perfectly fine, despite it's a bit squished when it comes to the actual screen resolution. And, also is the fact that, relatively speaking, that, well, we don't need to worry about the forms of locked at 50Hz mode, unlike the original PAL version of Super Mario 64. So this means that yes, this game runs much smoother from the likes of how it does it back on the forms of in the PAL territories of Super Mario 64 now. So this means that, well, it makes everything else a lot smoother now. So that seems pretty cool. So there we go, we've pretty much done this mission, so we'll simply gonna have to continue things on here by going back onto the Big Boo's Hut level again. And hopefully take on the next mission. So, mission 2, ride Big Boo's merry-go-round. So, basically, instead of able to go into the actual big manor, instead we need to go into the, well, the underground level by, you know what I mean, just trying to take down even more boos, but on the forms of the merry-go-round section. So, not much else to tell, honestly, so. And also, for some strange reason, I always keep on thinking of Super Mario 64 DS for some reason. Mainly because that in new forms of Super Mario 64 DS, there are some additional stuff like, you know, the star switches and all that stuff. And in addition to the forms of the actual black brick block that Wario can only break it. So, but of course you already know about that ever since in almost a year ago now. So, anyways, let's do a multitude of ground pounds on that Big Boo again. But except the fact that we're going to take him on the merry-go-round itself. So, again, super duper easy. In fact, I did this in a bit of a quicker pace. So, yeah, that seems kind of cool because, you know, gotta go fast. So, anyway, so let's just go ahead and go back into the same level again, but in a different mission. It's kind of weird that you're gonna have to keep doing this every time you enter in this world. So, mission 3, Secret of the Haunted Books. So, basically we have to do some puzzle solving. So, At least thankfully on Mission 2 and Mission 3 and onwards, that the staircase is already up for you. So thankfully you don't need to worry about, you know what I mean, trying to deal with the actual big boos and stuff like that again. So anyways, let's go ahead and oh, what the heck? Okay, whatever. I think there was actually a trick to this by ignoring this part completely and trying to hit onto another side of a balcony or something. Although it has been a long while since I actually did manage to look upon the actual skills and tips and well, let's just say let's say hints and tips for the sake of the forms of the likes of certain shortcuts and everything. So anyway, so let's head back in here on mission number 4. Seek the 8 red coins. So, and like always, I'm going to be doing with not only the 8 red coins, but also from the likes of the 100 coin Power Star mission. So, I don't think this particular world wasn't all that bad when it comes to 100 coin Power Star mission, I don't think. But until later on, like I said, it gets a bit outrageously difficult. Mainly on, well, I would say on World 6 until, well, later on, it just gets a bit of a pain sometimes, at least from my experience anyway, but either way, let's not get ahead of ourselves at this point right now, because, well, I can't even believe that we've almost at the halfway point, for the sake of the forms of, well, the Super Mario 64 portion on Super Mario 3D All-Stars compilation so far, so, because, well, sensed about the fact that I've already know those games, from point A to point B, for the sake of the forms of likely, well, again, the great thing about the actual collection, that you can play Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy on the go. Although, one thing to keep that in mind is that on Super Mario Galaxy, that, well, I highly recommend you're able to play the game within, specifically, I would classify on TV mode, for the better picture quality, and also tabletop mode and stuff like that. Because the problem with with the handheld mode for Super Mario Galaxy, although the actual playability for Mario Galaxy on handheld mode is perfectly fine. However, though, the pointer mechanic is a bit awkward because you have to rely on touchscreen as opposed to you know, pointing the Wii, pointing your Joy-Con on the screen, like in the forms of the Wii days. So, I'm pretty darn certain that, I don't know, it has been a long while since I actually did manage to play this collection, so, since, last year, during the summer, whenever I did manage to play, Super Mario Sunshine again, but on the forms of when I can finally play the game on the go, rather than just trying to able to be stuck with, just the GameCube system and stuff like that. So, anyways, let's go ahead and grab some more coins here, including some of these red coins from over there, and try a long jump from over there as well. So, that way we could, you know what I mean, just trying to able to actually go to some other places in between. Alright, so we'll just do this. And try to take down this Mr. I by once again spinning around until when he starts to go dizzy and you get the blue coin, which self-explanatory that, you know, yellow coins are worth 1 coin and then the red coins worth 2 coins and then the blue ones give you 5, so standard stuff. Although unlike in Super Mario Sunshine, that the blue coins act out as currency for, you know, getting the rest of the Shine Sprites, which again, we'll get to that after we're done with Super Mario 64 portion. But at least the actual creepy piano sounds a bit normal this time around, because all new forms have been, you know, with my Let's Play of Super Mario 64 on the original N64 version, that despite that was on 50Hz mode, so this means that the piano creepy sound was actually a bit slower, in comparison to the forms of the Switch version, that it seems to go in a normal speed now. So because of that, I'm very happy with that, honestly. So, but that's just me. Alright, let's grab the 100 coin Power Star here, and now we just need to able to get the last red coin before you're able to move on to the next mission for the sake of Big Boo's hut. So, yeah, I apologize for that particular, very obnoxious noise in the background, because I believe that my washing machine is so darn loud, which, it's nothing to do with my, well, consistency faults here and there, but it's just that, well, every time we activate something like a washing machine, whenever I just put on my laundry and stuff like that, just in case if my clothes gets clean and stuff like that, that for some reason it just goes extremely louder as far as when my washing machine decides to able to actually just to warm up a bit. So yeah, forgive me at this point, guys, because I will try to sort that out once I finish this recording. So alright, there we go, and yeah, let's just head back over to Big Boo's hut again for the 5th time, but we'll probably go do with the 5th mission, which is Big Boo's balcony. Although whenever we get on to mission 6, we do need to acquire the next power-up, so that's once again there are 3 power-ups, much like the original version of the game, that's well, you're still able to come across into yourselves wing cap, along with the vanished cap and the metal cap. So, because obviously that's, well, for Wing Mario, that basically you can able to actually fly onto a certain, distance and stuff like that. Oh god, I, managed to realize about something, that we need to go back onto the trickiest part to able to get the star from. That's, after dealing with the Big Boo for the final time in this game. And, yeah, the power star is just literally right up there. And here's the thing, much like the original version of Super Mario 64, we need to rely on that particular, you know, the very weird angle right here if you're trying to go from that rooftop. Although, thankfully, it's kind of easy in this version because you can able to actually see the actual better draw distance from here. Whilst unlike the original version of the game on the N64 cartridge version on Super Mario 64, I found it very difficult to judge the actual depth or, the actual draw distance when it comes to likely not to slip onto the rooftop, but that's just me. So of course we will be back for Big Boo's hunt until whenever we get into the forms of the later portion of the game by getting the you know, the vanished cap. So either way though, that'll be for a later time. So anyways, let's activate the actual power star, so that way we can open up this door, which pretty much leads us to, well, the actual ability that we can able to hit onto the right side of that particular, you know, stained glass of Princess Peach right here, which actually leads us to the slide challenge. And of course we have to do this twice for not only beat the challenge or beat the slide for under 21 seconds, but also that we need to do another one by simply reaching the goal. So yeah, it doesn't matter what time you're able to actually beat the level if you decide to go for that way. So there's another power star there. Oh, nice. Nice little finish right here. And I figure we might as well do one more mission from now on, because since now we actually did quite a lot for the sake of the first 2 parts of this Let's Play already. Well, to be more specifically on the Super Mario 64 portion of the Super Mario 3D All-Stars, because again, believe me, this is going to be one of the longest Let's Plays we might as well able to consider doing. So because of that though, yeah, I just feel like trying to do it for the sake of you guys. For those who haven't get a chance to able to play Super Mario 64, I'm sure most people already did, and Super Mario Sunshine and Super Mario Galaxy, but although I'm sure that the majority of the people have already played Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Sunshine already. So anyways, there's the already collected star, but we'll ignore that and try to focusing on another power star that we've already break the actual could have able to got not only the power star, but also another one-up, but oh well. I think 15 lives is quite enough, so at least I hope so anyway. So, anyways, suffice to say, I think we should probably end things off at this point right here. So join me next time on Let's Play Super Mario 3D All-Stars from the likes of Super Mario 64. That is the fact that I believe we'll go ahead and move on to the next few secret castle star missions and head back into Bob-omb Battlefield. So I'll see you guys on Monday. Later, fellas.